Well, hey everyone, we are back with another week of videos. Now, this is sort of branding part two. Yeah. For those of you that listened in on the previous video, this is part two because we were talking about branding and how they should command a sort of premium in, when we make our stock picks or if you can help your business, right? So as a consumer, we were talking about Nike, right? So as a consumer, when you view Nike products, what I think about is high quality, great design, expensive. Right now, great design is subjective because I personally prefer Nike than Adidas, but obviously I have both, right? So that's as a consumer, and great value. So the value that they bring, for the products that they have, is awesome, right? But as an investor, I would think, Nike, the consumers love it. The ads are strong. The ads are, the messaging they're trying to give us and reach out to us as consumers, in turn generate more, top lines for the business. Makes sense. So, it's efficient. The story that they're trying to tell us makes sense, right? The story they're trying to say that, oh, you know what, we are number one brand, we are sustainable, we can beat, Nike, Adidas, and all the other things. Their branding makes sense. So as an investor, that's what I think about, and that is why when we look at the stock price, ever since 1985, they have been growing more than 63,000%, right? 70,000%. Like, this is a multi-bagger. Now, obviously, the question is whether or not they can be a multi-bagger from today onwards. But why am I actually saying these things is that this is something to think about. Like, does this stock deserve a premium in their valuations when it comes to their PE ratios, right? Does it? What is the company doing in terms of growing revenues? Can they still be growing revenues? When we want to compare to competitors, we want to see whether or not they demand better margins, right? So does branding play a huge role in their premium or their goodwill or intangible assets that they have, right? And, think about it. Why is Intel having a lower PE, which is like 15, compared to NVIDIA or AMD? So there's a reason. The reason is branding. What is obviously they sell different products in a way. Different sectors, different products. Right now, Intel is moving on to, automotive chips and whatnot. But my point is, when you think about NVIDIA, you think about, a good gaming GPU, right? AMD, having a great CEO, Lisa Su, killing in the game and, taking them out of debt. So why are they the go-to brand when we think about chips? Like, why are retailers, why are institutions talking about them, right? There must be a reason. It's because of branding. Intel has been around the block for, very, very long. But, why are they still having like a PE of 15? I have to admit, they are value for sure, right? Their earnings make sense. The numbers are good. And this was back in 2019, right? Ever since they missed the deadline, the stock price have been, missing huge. Their earnings have been less. But my point is, they've been around the block for so long. They know how to play the game. They recently changed the new management. Why do they deserve why shouldn't they deserve a better premium compared to NVIDIA? It's all about branding, right? It's as simple as, why don't you buy an Apple TV? Would you buy an Apple TV or a, BlackBerry TV, right? It's so simple. And how about this company, right? Lululemon. Now, when we talk about branding, we talk about it reflects a lot of things. It reflects to brand loyalty. It reflects to how they can actually command a better sales price, competing with the same space in the same industry, right? So Lululemon is indirectly a competitor of Adidas and Nike because of the, the clothing that they sell. But as a consumer, right, do you guys own Lululemon? As a consumer, my wife does. Straight away, you think that, mid to high quality is actually quite high quality, to be frank. But good design, good value, quite expensive. It's actually very expensive, to be frank. And they are sort of like the ones that pioneered athleisure, right? Where you can wear athletics, yoga pants, and you can go out in the shopping malls and look cool. But I don't agree with that fashion statement, but, who am I to, talk about fashion, right? So as an investor, you think about Lululemon, right? You think about the consumers love it. It's a niche and focus like that. That at least that's me, right? I love niche. I love focus. I love them growing their brand, revolving around that brand loyalty, and sort of they're the go-to, right? When you think about yoga, right, yoga equals Lululemon, right? So that's the brand that they have embedded in our heads. So those are the sort of companies, in my opinion, that deserve a better valuation, right? And the market loves them. They're young, they're trendy. So strong brand, strong messaging, the story that they're trying to tell us makes a lot of sense. Now, if you compare to a brand like Giordano, right, in a heartbeat, you will not be thinking about owning a Giordano brand, right? So this is the sort of thing that I personally get when I think about Lululemon, when I think about Nike, and that's why their sort of stock price have been reflecting that, right? Ever since '08, it's already $400 per share right now. It's insane. So, and if you compare profit margins, right, with Lululemon, Nike, Adidas, Nike and Adidas, if I'm not mistaken, are at 9% profit margins. But Lululemon, on the other hand, is from ranging from 12 to 15%. Now, why is that? Because of the brand, right? Because of pricing power. They can charge this much and people will still be flocking in to buy. That's huge demand. It's exactly like how Tesla is actually charging hertz, right? Same as consumers, because you want to get my cars, you're gonna get the same price, because our consumers love it. We're not afraid of demand, and that's where they can get pricing power, right? So check out the growth in all of these, the numbers in these companies, and you will know that there's a reason why that they demand a sort of higher premium, that their PE ratios won't be lower than 50 or 40, depending on the historical PE, right? So that's why market premium, brand loyalty, branding, how they position the brand, messaging, how they sell their products, are they reaching effectively? All this matters when it comes to stock investment, right? So I hope you guys have value out of this today, and I'll see you in the next one.